Now I'm suddenly live on YouTube. That's annoying. Like, I guess because I minimized the browser, it stopped putting me live, even though it was supposed to put me live. Just really thanks, Quackbot. That's annoying. Oh well. They didn't miss much. Thank you, Plum. Appreciate you. Disable raids. Spawning. Off, 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 off. Going back to work now, not a problem. And world updates. There it is. Update fire off. Spread vines off. I want to control all of this. Weather off. I thought this link was abandoned. Kinda. Yeah, it felt that way, didn't it? Now I'm looking super red. Ow. That's the ticket. Look at that lighting. Done. Okay, world. Generate structures off. The assets archive. I don't have a better name. I'm not that creative. All my creativity is kind of Great New World. Hi Ames. Penguin 000RD. All right, we're gonna give it a second for Distant Horizons to do its thing. I believe in you, mostly in your ability to make my computer go vroom. Ames, did you get my message in Discord by chance? Let's see. I want 0. 0. That's this right here. It's a really practical name. That does tend to be what most of my 2, 3, 4, 5. Most of my conventions tend to lead on practicality. Boop. Cool. Okay, so I have... You don't get it? What don't you get? Just so I know, the comic I sent you. I honestly don't remember the comic I sent you. I don't remember the comic I sent you. Oh, it was the robot comic. Get it? Because once a robot became non-binary, they exist on 1s and 0s. They have to be binary. He just went poof and disappeared. It's a nerdy comic. It was only because it was relevant to the conversation we were having, sort of tangentially. That's not the message I was talking about. I was talking about the one in that server you sent me the invite for. That's the message. I don't know what happened after I sent it. Anyways, complete. You did the daily check-in, but I didn't hear the thing. I thought I was supposed to hear the thing for the daily. Oh no, daily check-in. Yeah, daily check-in. Oh no, I'll have to figure that out. I'm supposed to hear that. Oh yeah, then you didn't notice. I'm not in your D&D server. Server. I don't know how to pronounce that with Uwu speak. You. I left? Did I? I just thought it'd be funny because apparently I have a reputation I have to uphold. Right. There's my instructions. I knew I wrote these down somewhere. Shape. Flat. We're gonna do a flat disc, and I'm gonna do 25 by 25. What's the color I want this to be? This is gonna be our... Gonna go shower now? That's good. I'm starting to smell it through the bag. You will lurk? Not a problem. I'll be here. We'll be building for a little bit. For at least a little while. I didn't think this far ahead though. Okay, what's the color we want to use for this? Got to be a vanilla block at least. I guess stone for this technically is fine. So we'll use stone. Because what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 roads. 1, 2, 3, 4 roads in each cardinal direction. They're going to be 5 by 5. Hence the 25 block circle. So that our roads are nice and even there. I want to offset the other. I want to turn that off. As such. But we're not going to build that just yet. Now let's see. This is our core platform here. Actually, I bet you if I made it solid and instead of a sphere, we went with like a cone. That's a cone versus, how would a pyramid look? Bigger. Okay, so I like the cone a bit more. We do this, but then, thinking with me brain. First, we want it to be hollow. Then, now we do this. Now we do our magic select. And if I turn off the up and the down, look at this. We can just do this. I think to here. And look at that. Now we do like stairs or something right here. I think that would look cool. Yep. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How did that get so much bigger? No. 1. Okay, so 1, 3, 5. That's what I want. Just like that. And then we'll do the road out. This is going to be like the spawn area, if you will. It's kind of what we're building. I'm kind of just freehanding this one. I don't have a solid idea of what I wanted to do here. I think that's okay. Two, 1, 2. There's 5 there. Did it match what I did over here? It is. Perfect. One, 2, 1, 2. Way I'm using you. Ah. Two. Cool. Very, very, very good. Now, all I need to do is... No, I didn't like that at all. Nope, don't like that either. So I want to keep this hollow, just for the sake of just keeping it hollow, I guess, because I don't know what I'll use the space for. So let's do... flat, disk, thumb. Turn off hollow. As long as none of that's like, there we go. Very good. How about like a compass shape? That would be kind of cool, right? Kind of like, you know, that points north. So we already have disc, but regular polygon. Let's do 3 sides. Oop. Patient, reset. Separate. Make it more of an arrow. Trying to think, like a giant kind of compass type deal. Or almost like a sundial. I think that's the idea I have in my head. More of a sundial, right? Excuse me and sorry. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry, chat, but I'm being slandered. Before I get with the gang. Yeah, not a problem. Thank you. I have been slandered online. Dino, thank you. Checked in 65 times. I will figure something out for that, I promise. Wait. I never stopped. Ooh, game rule. Do a daylight cycle. False. Time set noon. Very loyal viewer. That's true. My most loyal. Okay, width go up, up, up. I think we want this to be kind of a one that needs to get a bit smaller, I guess. This isn't all that big. Oh, I'm thinking something kind of in the goldish region for color. Not gold, obviously, because like a gold block kind of is a bad poopy color. It's not a good color. No, that's not good. Maybe if we go for like a stone and blackstone, kind of like a deep slate blackstone kind of thing. That'd be kind of cool. And the roads kind of be like a darker color because there's a lot of hues for that I could use. I did like a cobbled deep slate, but all of this was it's like block up, down, all of this. Like deep slate brick, something like this. It's almost always good, right? And I know like gold to contrast on this really well. A lot of the ones that I see online, like little sundial things, kind of like this. Cobble deep slate stair right there. Okay. That's fine. I don't care under there. That just kind of looks like a shoe. So I think if we continue this up, and then we click this. Give my computer a second. I can't move. There it is. Thaddeus, how you doing today? Okay, I didn't hear that. Did you hear that on your side, Thaddeus? I fixed this back in the past. You heard it, okay, but I didn't hear it. So... maybe if I do that, what I want to do, go here. Channel points. Yeah, I hear if I preview it as a browser, but if I send a test alert, I'm not hearing it at all. Interesting. Why? Huntress Val, welcome to stream. How are you doing today? I'm doing all right. Thank you, Thaddeus, again. I'm not hearing that. You still heard it. Interesting. Hold on. Let me pause my music. Yeah, it's not, I'm not seeing it in any OBS anything. None of the bar go up. None of the bar go up. You heard that too? That's good. At least like you guys are hearing it, so like it's going through somewhere. But it's bizarre that you hear it and I don't. Look, I know it's been a while. But darn it, like I haven't changed anything. Why would it stop working? You know what? It's working for you nerds, though, so at least there's that. And not the sound effects. I thought you guys were just here for the 6 sound effects. That's super weird, but we'll go back to some music for now. The game audio is still working, and you know what? I'm gonna make that a me. Actually, hold on. Hold on. Let me see one quick thing. I don't know. I don't know. I will cry about that another day. I feel like this might be backwards. Just loving the company vibe. Well, thank you guys. I got this backwards, so let's do this. Oops. Think maybe back. No, I couldn't have this backwards. Yeah. Cancel. This just looks too much like a shoe. Is it too tall though? And maybe not pointy enough? So a game rule, do daylight cycle, true. I know it kind of is, only the... I don't know how accurate I'm going to be able to get a scene here. But, yeah, how's everyone else doing? How's Huntress, Val, how are you doing today? Sadius, how are you guys doing? I know it's been a while since I've been here. Such a comfy build. This kind of aesthetic? Yeah, I do. Today, we're doing something a little different, so I'm just kind of building a platform. I might be overthinking this thing. You know, I think I'm overthinking the sundial a little bit. We'll return to this. The platform is just something I kind of threw together. At least there we know that's center. Watching streams, chilling, excellent. Game rule do in daylight false. Time set noon and turn off the shader for now. I don't know. We'll figure out exactly what to do, whether it's like a sundial or a compass or what, but that's our central platform. Let me think. I had my instructions elsewhere. After the central platform, yeah, we're gonna have our roads. So most of my builds are gonna be done in Axiom. All my builds are done in Axiom. I'm not gonna ever build without Axiom again. Probably clear selection. I want this. I want a regular polygon. I want not a regular polygon. I want a plane actually. Hacker Games. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? How long have I been playing? Oh, I've been playing Minecraft since like the beginning. I'm old that way, but taking it like more seriously about a year I think I started like as a content creator. 5 and then as long as I can make you. Hey Hacker Games, how are you doing today? How was what brings you here? How's life? How's everyone's Friday doing? Okay. And then drop you a block. Bam. That's what I wanted. Just to get us started. So what content I work? I have a little YouTube channel. I was part of an SMP. I did leave that. Nothing bad. It's just I wanted to focus more on the creative side of building. You to 5. bring you to 64. Because I gotta have a lot of fun with this. It's an absolute blast. Boop. And I wanted to get better at building, so that's just something I'm kind of focusing on. Okay, so these are gonna be our roads. We will design those up in a little bit. That gets me started. Look at that. Let's start. Other hub circle, radius 750. That's right. So my outer circle here. Still on our plane, but this time we're gonna do a disc. Well, we're still flat. We're gonna change to disc. Not separate these. I want a perfect circle, and this needs to be 150 blocks. It'd be quite big, and it is going to be hollow though, so that's something. Scroll on in, get in here, and make sure we're doing that. There it is. That should be it. So enter. Now, if we come over here a bit and we just load these chunks, we should see how we do. Look at that. That's our border. You love Israel. I love not talking about politics because I don't think that's going to be a good use of our time. We're here in like playing Minecraft, dude. All right. Let's see. Yeah, little circle right there. Next one's going to be one. Right. So come back. Put this here. We're going to drop this down. And this time it's... my go-to comfy block in Minecraft. Probably candles or campfires. Ooh, that's always a good one. A good question. I'd say moss. Moss is my go-to comfy block. It's an easy block to build with. Plain. Let me think. I know the median of this square is 1,000. So that would make it a 2,000 block square. Math. You can't hear me at all? Did my mic stop? Or is that just because of the way, like, was I talking a little too quietly? Bam. All right. Let's fly around this. And from here, we're going to just, right now we're just loading chunks. That's the key here. Done loading chunks. So what I am doing is I'm sectioning off parts of this Superflat world. This is going to be storage for all of the builds I'm going to be doing for an upcoming project of mine, or an in-process project. I'm on like episode 18 or something. My like 18th attempt at streaming the bloody thing. But yeah, let's keep loading chunks. Kind of paint all this map. I believe I can get this loaded up. Come on. But yeah, this is a world that's going to store just a plethora of builds. And I'm also going to do it in a way that's vanilla friendly. My personal project is a lightly modded Minecraft. This is lightly modded. It's got the create mod and a couple of things to bring it back. Or to bring it back to backport current blocks, i.e. tough and stuff doesn't exist in 1.20.1, or like some of the tough variants. So I have that. The pale moss doesn't exist in 1.21, so 1.20.1, So I have mods to backport some of that. Do I usually play survival when I want comfy vibes or creative? Creative for the comfy vibe? It depends on the kind of vibe. I think both fill that niche depending on how you play. Because I don't find survival particularly difficult. I've just been playing video games too long. But sometimes it's nice to turn off yay old brain and just dig. And there's a comfort to that. But then sometimes you don't want to have to deal with any like nonsense. You just want to sketch and get things out of your brain, and there's a comfort to that too. I don't think either's wrong. Both have merits. Mirror, no, we want stack rather than playing. You love watching streams more, and that's completely valid too. I'm not saying that just because, you know, creator, but like, yeah, I get it. All right, and we will texture as we go along, or like, that's just because I didn't have these chunks loaded by the time I got over there. That's okay, easy fix. Pop, pop. So the stack will overwrite, whereas smear doesn't. Okay, I gotta do one quick thing though. I've got to run my ads right quick. I'm gonna be right back. But my eyes are swimming, so I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and run my ads in like just a minute. I'm back. I actually do art too, and streams like mine are really inspiring. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. I'd say a lot of my friends are artists. I don't know if you're back from ads yet, but yeah, a lot of my friends are artists. I got a lot of... I vibe it. Ah. Too fast. Too fast. Too fast. Vibing? Yeah. Ba-dum-bum, ba-da-bum-bum. Okay, with that done, That's all for roads. And of course I've got the squares. Actually, I have to carry these all the way out. Does this go? Ooh, it does. Okay. TIL. If you select a big, it just kind of goes a lot faster. That's super helpful. And I'll go back out there eventually anyway. So this is going to go beyond that wall over there. So this is our central hub, which is more kind of just the nice place. Worked on comfy theme designs before. It's always fun to match streamer's personality. Could be logo banners too. I mean, I'm good on logos and banners, but I'm happy if it like provides inspiration for you. Let's see. Get you out there. Perfect. I do love the Distant Horizons mod. Get you, so I can actually see everything I'm doing. Whoa. Oh, I'm excited to start the quadrants, but I'm curious how much like designing I should do towards the quadrants, considering this is technically supposed to be a world where like people put their own assets and fill it up with their own builds. But at the same time, like I kind of like the idea of flexing a bit. Design some for me? Nope, I'm good. I don't need a graphic artist. Oh, 1 second. One second. Sorry guys, I was being slandered and needed to fix it. In future, you'll get in touch whenever you need. Sure. I needed to set some slander correctly. Okay. Let's see. Where did it go? There we go. Right. So from here, the next thing we have to do is we expand this road around our square by 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just gonna hug this right here. I went way too far here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sure there's a faster way to do this, but genuinely, I'm at a loss for what it would be. Emerald, welcome, welcome. I don't hear the quack, but I hope you are. I don't know why I don't hear it. You messed with the quacks, so you get the smacks? Is that what it is? How are you doing, Emerald? You got me in the middle of building a very organized Superflat creative world. Yes. Ah, okay. What building? This. Right now, it's just kind of a big square with circles and stuff. But this is going to be two things. I'm going to design it for vanilla play in mind, so I can give it away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. So yeah, I'm going to design this so I can give it away to vanilla players. I want people to be able to use it. And what it's going to be, it's just going to be a place to build, design, etc. and store all of your builds. So like all the houses and stuff that you would build for like an SMP, or you know, if you're doing something crazy like rebuilding an entire video game world but bigger and better. Maybe you have a place that you need to store all of your trees and all of the houses and all of the rocks and all the things that you build, and you're going to want to like either just remember forever or save so you can copy and paste it throughout the rest of your world later. Because like the way I'm building is going to be kind of like game assets, and I needed a place to store all that so I wasn't stretching myself across 20 different worlds and not knowing where things were. I'm like, oh, is it in this world? Is it in that world? Which version of each world is it in? I just know it's here. It's here, and that's the important thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Line down here. Thanks, Quackbot. You've been quiet. What about you, Emerald? What have you been up to? Go, 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 go. Don't cry. Quackbot really hasn't been all that aggressive today, so that's a special thing. You finally built the school. Is it a school for ants? A school for really, really good-looking people who can't read well? I don't know if I'm aging myself with that reference. I love that movie, though. I really should watch it again. It's been years. The second one wasn't bad. School for your artisan collective base. Oh. Is that where you're going to, like, just store all the villagers? If you make it only, like, 2 blocks high, can you actually keep all the villagers as baby villagers? Will they age up if there's no space for them to stand as an adult? That'd be interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Line. Do the rest of this by hand if I can. We're gonna have a data pet that keeps things as babies, you think? Oh, okay. Or you could just use name tags and be like, definitely a baby. Just saying, I think that might work. You've been doing a phlebotomy course. That's blood, so no thank you. I don't think I trust you with my blood, Emerald. I don't know what kind of weird voodoo ritual you'll do with it. Okay. So that was the perimeter road. Quadrant start. So this thinks I should do a 3. Send it to a lab and nothing else. Mm-hmm. I'm sure. Two, three, 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. Lurk, not a problem. Not a problem. I think the one I'm gonna have to start off with is terrain, and that's on the east side. That hurts my brain. Where's my road? There's my road. Okay, so real quick, something I can do is lower the speed real quick. Something we can do is text, and I'm gonna do I don't really have a height that I'm going to for all of this just yet, but I think we do this. M, we have block. We're going to increase the range so that we get as much of that as we can. Control X. And then we're going to control snap. Kerbam. Look at that. The reason we did that is so we can do this. Look at that. It's labeled. And we'll move that around as necessary. But at least that's labeled for now. Still don't know how, like, because I kind of like the idea of doing, like, maybe, like, a big wall and, like, a gate and stuff. And, like, this is terrain. We could line it with trees all up and along and something like that. But it's also supposed to be a world that people can fill with their own creations and contraptions and stuff. So, what do? Definitely going to do that. Okay, let's see. Just making sure I have the measurements right here. Because what I get on paper and what I have, like what's actually happening in game, two different things. Hold on 1 second. Save and quit. Single player. You. Because we are going to continue utilizing these bad boys. I want to select all the way out to you. Now we're going to magic select, and here we're going to erase. I don't. Okay, instead of block, we're going to do a solid. Delete all this. Do, 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 and do. Okay. And then just click these and we'll delete this. Into there you go. I'm getting slandered in Discord. Emerald, if you're still here, smack her. But thank you for the lurk. Preach. Preach, preach, preach. Do. Thank you for the redeemed quack. Oh, right. Control P? That's it. Cool. Now I can bring these to the other world. I don't really want to mess with these too much, or like I like the. Oh, that just straight up remembered itself. Cool, that was super useful. Right. Thanks, Quackbot. Preach. Did I mess it up? I did. That was a me issue. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of test out right quick. Will this work? You. The idea is that I'm gonna have 6. Oh, actually, I might be off a little bit with just a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, let's see. It's 5 different plot sizes. Get out here to load this so it knows that it's not out there anymore. Five different plot sizes. 3 for each of them. That sucks. Now, I could probably do it if I cut this. 4 viewer this time. I mean, plus Twitch, of course. How you doing today, Tabithy? I don't actually really pay attention to how many viewers I have at any given moment. Why am I being asked that so often? What's good with YouTube and asking that? Like, how about we stop? I'm not gonna answer political questions. Like, I'm not a freaking like talking head or a propaganda machine. I'm just here to play some Minecraft. Oh, stretching felt good though. I lost the tiniest one. Like, I just do a chunk size. But the downside of that is like this is a lot of space for a small tree. That's a big space for a small tree. So, and I can actually test that out right quick with you. There they are. Here are the trees that we built in the last world before I was like, oh, I need a place to like build this stuff. Well, it's not too bad because this is smaller than this, and that worked out. I'll do just the one chunk as our small, and I don't really have to worry about a tiny plot size. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess that's 4 different sizes for plots. Just, the one chunk, the not quite one chunk, the not quite 4 chunk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, these are odd, so 1, 2, 8. That's quite the big one. That would let me pull everything down. At least I could do 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. But that would only be the trees. I have 6 categories of trees. So where do I put the rest of that? Like rocks and cliffs, ponds. This is supposed to be terrain. Down here is organics, which in Minecraft world is largely like statues. Like you're trying to recreate living things. You could kind of say some landscaping is organic, and like it's such a broad term. Like I don't think most people consider trees to be organics. It's part of terraining, but still like obviously the cliffs and everything. I don't really want to lose the extra large plot though. Like I kind of want that. But I can lose a tiny one and I think we'll be fine. Thoughts. And the reason I'm looking at it like this is because the idea is that I put one of my categories will be here, second, third, and then I can have this expand infinitely eastward. And I cannot cross up here. Can't be done. Can't do it. Shan't do it. Now, I do know like organics will probably never get so large or complicated that I need to go this way. So I might kind of just suck it up and know that this is kind of a mix of both, and let this be kind of a half quadrant, if you will. Technically the trees fall more in line with organics than the rocks, cliffs, etc. But I want a spot to make those. I just don't know where. But I don't want to I want to try to not impede. Like I'll have stuff that's going out in the far lands that'll be not as categorized or organized. Oh, man. Now I'm. I thought I had this all planned out. Because another thing I'm going to be putting over down here is map art. I'm going to kind of like, I know map art isn't an organic, but I didn't really have anywhere else to put it. I like, because I don't think like contraptions is a good place, which is what the West is. This is all contraptions, which is going to include mostly redstone, but it will include my create stuff, which I'm excited for. And then up here is structures, by far the most varied quadrant, which is why I've allotted it to go across the whole way. Something I could do. That's something I could do, though, where for some reason I've kind of been like, I made it north, south, east, west, and I never changed it up. But I know for like, I'm very, very confident that my organics are never going to get so varied that I need to go this way too much. My contraptions are never going to go be so varied that I need to go north, south too much. Like, I'll have my... Like, there's not that many variety of contraptions. You can build an infinite number of, like, different contraptions, but the variety of them are not all that much. Kind of like organics are pretty much be, like, creature models, human statues. Ta-da! That's it. So I'm thinking if I take terrain and I rotate it down, and what we can do is we'll do structures on top with all of its minutia. We do terrain on the bottom, all of its minutia, and I can stretch each east-west, both locations, infinitely as necessary, just because of how varied terrain is. And I'm still going to be like condensing down the trees just because it's way too much. Probably, maybe. Actually, if I don't do it this way, I don't have to condense down. So we could do like, because I wasn't originally going to do a row for oak, a row for birch. I think that's the play. Love the idea? Yeah, I think that's the play. I don't know why I was like, I happened to make terrain east and structures north, and I've been like stuck on this corner for so long, and I didn't even consider just like, don't do that. And it kind of mirrors the fact that terrain and structures, that is the bulk of anyone's world. A big contraption or like a big storage system can be the beating heart, the core of someone's world, but it's not the bulk of what makes a world. Kind of like with an organic, like you can definitely build like a big mossy covered old statue, but that's not normally like if you're building a world, it's going to come down to the trees, the terraining, it's going to come down to the structures. Yeah, I think that tracks. That makes sense. Speaking of tracks, I'm going to build two versions of this. The first version is going to be very, very, very vanilla friendly. Only vanilla blocks. I'm going to make sure that can all transfer to a vanilla world so that people can just have it. I'm going to give it away once I'm done building the this. And then I'm going to make mine, which I'm definitely going to have like create in it. I want to see if I can't pull the good old Lord Thaddeus in here too. And like we can play around with like this road can turn into a railroad, and this can turn into like a whole junction and everything. That's why I kind of maybe built it like this. I think that would be a lot of fun, and we're gonna have some fun figuring out different contraptions and etc. Cool. Okay, I think that's the play. Let's start with you. Control X. One thing I got to do is think. No. Yes. Yes. I'm correct because of the way it'll be read on the map. That's what's important with this. Do. Ba-da-ba. I moved that, but these are all like still here, aren't they? That'll fix itself later. Okay. Got to do that again. Because I have a big brain. Very smart. Beautiful. Better. Okay. Easiest way to rotate is this would be on the east side. No, I lie. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No. Yes, no. East side. Ah, I lost myself. Okay. And paste. Yeah, it should do it. Let's see. And I do have to fly to the corner here right quick. Great. And teleport. Now, granted, even with this, I can probably still lose the tiny. Because, like, having a single bush on this seems kind of wasteful in space, but I can go infinitely that way, so who cares? And since I can go infinitely that way, I can probably push this another chunk forward just so I have a bit more space here along the road for signage and stuff. The idea would be, like, you can kind of already see it. All the oak, all the four or five different sizes, all the birch, all the spruce. Now, granted, my original 6 was going to be broadleaf, which is a type of tree with like all the oak, the birch, maple, and willow, things like that are all broadleaf stand, like just like kind of tree. If you think tree and it's not a Christmas tree, you're probably thinking of that kind of tree. But I don't know. But I think this was smart. I think this was very big-brained of me. We'll do structures up there. So how about... Looking. Okay. Yeah, if I remove this, it'll also just make things look a little cleaner. And I don't know how many other structures or anything that I'll make at this size. I don't think it'll be too bad. If I lose this, worst case, tiny trees, bigger one, but infinite, so who cares? Right, that's why range. Come back down here. Do that. Enter X. Do-do-do. Yep. Oh, right. Helps if I'm holding the right button so I don't actually give you guys a motion sickness while I'm flying around here. Think this will do it. Oh, I'm a goofball. I was kind of on a bit of a loop. Lo-fi artists try not to play the exact same thing over and over. Impossible challenge. I like lo-fi, but that one was maybe a little extra. Give me another sample next time, buddy. Okay, yeah, I think that's a lot cleaner with the 4 categories. And ironically, unlike with an odd number or like even number builds, this also gives me a direct center for them. Kinda. I think it skews a little over here because 1, 2, 3, 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like obviously, but because it's just the way that this does kind of look like if I wanted to do a road down here, I could, and I think that would be okay. All right, so 3 categories there, and then I guess we could mirror it on this side and it would leak. It would be fine. Yeah, I think we could mirror it on this side and that would look fine. And we're gonna be doing something kind of like that up here, kind of like that over here, and then obs. No, I never put the orange on these to mark the centers, only on this guy. Excuse me. Thanks, bot. The weird song. Whoosh. And there we go. Obviously, I'll have to like copy and paste the new ones over there, but now we got our centers. That looks better and feels better. All right, so now we grab this platform. Perfect. Scroll a little, move to there. There. Okay. Oh. Okay. Mostly I was using today to get back into like the groove of streaming, just to get back live, so I know that I can still hit the button. But I was always gonna have this one be a pretty short stream, so I think I'm gonna call it right there for right now. Since I switched that, I'm gonna do some brainstorming on how I want to do the categories. I think this is gonna be a much smarter play, but now I want to make sure like I don't need to like condense everything to just 6 categories. I can sprawl a little bit with the trees and the other terrain effects, and just kind of see how everything plays out. So I'm really happy with the progress that we have going on. I'm going to come back. I don't know. It might even be later today. I don't know. I'm still like seeing. I might do like a late night stream. But if not, I will see you guys. It'll be tomorrow. I don't know. I got to talk with my wife also and see like what's working best for her schedule wise, because like all of my adulting tends to happen on the weekends, and that's hard to plan around. It truly is sometimes hard to plan around. I know we've had really nice weather, so she might. Oops. J, that's what I wanted to do. Not an X, not a cut, but a duplicate. Perfect. And yeah, so let me grab this one right here. Enter, Control J. We're gonna put this over here just so I know that this is done, wrapped, finished, finite, perfect. And yeah, I'll get an idea. I'll do a bit more brainstorming here, and we'll finish out on stream a little later. But thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you in the next one.